Lupin is a stock in focus as we have the news that it has in fact resumed the sales of its drug Fortamet. Remember, a U.S. District Court in New Jersey had granted a motion for a preliminary injunction on this drug. We've got the management with us, the CFO, Mr. S. Ramesh. Mr. Ramesh, thanks very much for joining in. A major relief coming in. If you could just tell us what exactly this would mean for you.
Yeah, at the outset, thank you for having me on. It's good news for us because it kind of indicates our stand. It enables us to get back to the market. If you recall, there was an injunction against us and we were kind of proscribed from selling it in the American markets. So we would begin selling the generic drugs again. The overall IMS sales for that drug was about $70 million. So we believe that we would be in a position to get good market shares in line with our track record. And that means some additional revenues for us.
Right, but Ramesh, how much of revenues did this did Fortamet account for before you were restricted in terms of selling this?
Given that we were actually in the market only for a few days, it was actually a very limited quantity. This time around, we would go full blast in trying to increase the total turnover from this particular product.
Sure, but at present, how much does it account for?
Currently, nothing, because we were injuncted from selling.
So when can we expect Lupin to restart the sales, and what will be the distribution strategy in order to gain share?
Yeah, essentially we would be going back to the channel partners that we had an arrangement with. So it would get distributed through the retail as well as the wholesale channels in America. We expect to get good market shares ranging between 25 to 30% at the very least.
Could you also walk us through what the kind of market share this drug has in the U.S.?
The total sales for this drug was about $70 million.
Okay, and what are the other companies also which are selling this drug?
Yeah, it's Sinopharm, Shionogi, which is actually selling in America, which is essentially the innovator.
Okay, can you just tell us the kind of market erosion that you've suffered on account of this, the litigation that was put on board?
No, I don't get that question. There's no market erosion per se, right?
Sure. If you could...
You're getting into it for the first time. It's the first to file. So essentially, the kind of opportunity, it depends really on the pricing that you would adopt. It will be more or less in line with the existing prices. A little lower than that, obviously, because you got to get market share from the existing innovator.
Sure. And Mr. Ramesh, just to put things into more perspective, does the innovator have a chance to appeal again?
We don't believe so, no.